Hi, I'm Margaret Wheeler. I'm Director of the Area Educational Committee.
And I'm Liz Riggs-Meter. I'm the Director of Recreation Programs at Erie, and we're both Avalanche Rescue Course instructors.
This video is designed to help you practice and improve your avalanche rescue skills. Click the link to download the Erie Avalanche Rescue Card.
We're going to show you a bunch of tips and tricks to practice and improve your skills, but remember to take an Avalanche Rescue course regularly to keep them sharp and current. All right, so let's get to it.
The steps you take when one of your partners gets caught in an avalanche can dramatically improve your chance of a good outcome in a bad situation. Stop. Take a deep breath. Think about your own safety and how you can help. Look around at the scene. Yell and listen for your friend, and make a plan to keep yourself and other rescuers from getting caught in another avalanche. Make sure your plan includes an exit strategy. Identify hazardous terrain. Identify the area last seen. Identify where searchers are going to enter the debris. For example, if you witness the avalanche from below, enter the debris from the toe or the side of the path, and avoid exposure to similar slopes on either side of the avalanche. If you witness the avalanche from above, enter the path above the area last seen. Avoid triggering potentially unstable snow above the fracture line and on the sides of the avalanche path. Decide who is doing what task. Come up with a plan for what to do in case of another avalanche. Use the Erie Rescue Checklist to make sure you don't miss any steps.
Before we get started, I'd like to talk a little bit about the location we chose for avalanche rescue practice. We're not an avalanche terrain, we're not in any run-out zones. There's a big open space and we have deep enough snow for realistic digging practice. We've chosen a safe location to practice, but we still need to make sure that we're verbalizing each step as we go.
So Margaret, we've sized up the scene. There's no further hazard. We know we have one person missing. Since I have my rescue card out, I can take the lead. I also have my phone. I can step out here and go try to reach 911, and then I'll come back.
I'm gonna start searching for a signal. My phone is off. I don't have any other electronics.
Calling for help might be phone or a satellite device. Take a second to organize your thoughts so you can tell them your location, nature of emergency, your name, the number in the group, and the number of people missing.
I'm going to start the search here at the last point seen. In general, for this practice zone, our search area is down below us.
The goal for the signal search phase is to find a signal from the buried transceiver and to look for any visual clues that indicate where the victim went. From the area last seen, pass back and forth across the slope, coming within 20 meters of the edges of the debris and 40 meters of your last search strip.
Liz, I got a signal!
Pick a distant object to focus on to keep your search line straight.
32, come on over! Get your probe out, 26, 22!
Move quickly and steadily to keep your search pattern consistent, but not so fast that you could accidentally lose the pattern. Continue on your signal search pattern until you have a consistent signal. Communicate that you have a signal. Then slow your pace and keep the light or arrow in the center. Move forward to make the numbers on the display get smaller. Hold the transceiver flat and pivot it until you locate the direction of the strongest signal. Once oriented, follow it towards the burial site. Move slower and more precisely below 20 meters. Below 10 meters, look behind at where you came from. Double check your center arrow and record your trajectory with your skis or splitboard, pointing in the direction you are going.
1.7, 1.0.
By planning your trajectory and knowing the distance from your transceiver, you can visualize where the victim is buried in front of you. Put your transceiver on the snow in front of you and locate the spot with the lowest number. Move along the line until the numbers get bigger. Then, keeping your orientation, come back to the lowest number. Maintaining your orientation, go side to side. Drop a clue to indicate the spot with the strong signal. Starting at the strongest signal, probe every foot in a systematic spiraling pattern. Since you know the lowest number from your find search, you can grab your probe just above that number and probe to that depth.
All right, I've got a probe strike at 95. I'm gonna leave the probe in place and take one large step downhill, throw the debris in that direction. I'll start shoveling. Margaret, you grab your shovel and go.
Before you dig, visualize where the person is buried based on the probe strike, and plan the best place to dig and decide where to move snow. Step away from the probe about 1.5 times the burial depth and dig into the slope. There are several shoveling techniques out there. The most important things are to dig systematically, dig efficiently, and dig hard. Shoveling shoulder to shoulder helps to dig a wide hole closer to the probe. This approach works best in soft or shallow debris when you don't expect to dig for a long time. If the debris is dense or your probe strike suggests a burial of more than a few feet, shoveling in line, alternating rolls between the digger and the sweeper, keeps one person digging full pace all the time. Swap positions to keep the digging pace high at the front of the trench. Once you find a clue indicating the buried victim's orientation, work together to broaden your trench in the appropriate direction.
All right, so you can see how long it took and how big of a hole we need to dig just to get to this backpack. So you can picture that to dig a big enough hole to get to the airway of a full-size person would take even longer. So this is why it's so important to practice shoveling when you practice rescue. Regular avalanche rescue practice is part of being a good backcountry partner.
The goal of this video is to help you practice and improve your skills.
But don't forget to take a rescue course regularly. You can find one at avtraining.org.